So, to the people of England, bad news. Your king, so-called king, and as far as I'm concerned, any of these monarchs have lost their right to have any input into our lives because you see, they're the parasites they project us to be. Only we don't feed on the blood of raped children like they do. If you don't believe me, look it up. Countess Bathory. She bathed in the blood of virgins, and she was such a murderous, ravenous, fucking bloodthirsty bitch. Virgins disappeared for miles around her castle, and then when she ran out of them, she just started abducting anybody, any woman, just to bathe in their blood to keep her looking young. Yeah, that's the royals, you see. That's what they've always done. That's who they are. That's why they always had these uh, torture chambers under their castles, so they could go down there and you know, be the bloodthirsty tyrants they want to be. Yep. Oh, and by the way, Hitler was a Habsburg. It may not have been legit on paper, but he was definitely a Habsburg, which is a Rothschild, and which is your monarchy. You see, when the priests, or well, when these beings or whatever they are left Earth and went wherever they went, I don't know. I don't know what to call these things, but when they left here, they said, we leave the wealth of the land to our Ra Kam. Well, Ra is the sun, so what they worshipped, or and Kam is translates to shield. So you have Ra shield, which became Rothschild. And Hitler, by the way, was blaming the Jews for breeding with the Habsburgs and diminishing their psychic abilities, in which he was trying to restore very vigorously. Here's the problem with that. He was one. Okay. And because he was a Habsburg. And, oh God, what else? And also, sorry, I forgot where I was going to go with that. Um, I think I got enough detail in there for you, though, for you to do your own homework and find out what I'm talking about. And the same banks that put up Hitler with his meteoric rise, put him up, the Zionist Federation of Germany. Yes, sir. They are the same banks that put up the state of Palestine. It's called the Havara Agreement. Look it up. All you got to do is use your computer. It's going to take 30 seconds. Look it up. It's called the Havara Agreement. The same banks that financed Hitler are the same banks that financed the state of Palestine that they say has never existed. Hmm. Kind of strange, ain't it? This is why the Queen of England called them sons of terrorists, because they are the original sons of terrorists. Because you see, Zionism is just Frankism. Okay, Zabbatai Zepi. Okay, and these are the worst of the worst. These are the where children are being hurt. Where you find children being hurt in ungodly ways, you find. Well, and wait a minute, you can't really hurt a child in a godly way. I'm sorry, that was a bad thing to say. But where you find children being hurt in demonic ways, you find the Frankists. And you see, they hide amongst all the other religions, create all these different branches to keep the infighting going. And I even believe this Islam, that I don't know, I haven't got into it that deep, but I want to believe that Allah was, or not Allah, but Muhammad was a decent guy at his core. I don't know. I want to think that though. But wherever you have children being hurt in demonic ways, you will find the Frankists. Anton LaVey, he was a Jew. The founder of the Church of Satan was a Jew. The Satanic Bible is basically the Talmud with some bullshit magic stuff sprinkled in between. Yeah, and let's see what else. And even Satanism, that whole thing is fake. It's fake. It's a public face for something way worse. And so they can go, oh yeah, just look at us. Yeah, we might be a little weird, but hey, we mean no harm. Bullshit. They mean harm. Okay? It's a public face for a demon. That's all it is. Just a makeup on a pig. And then you have Hollywood Babylon, hmm, which is basically the Talmud in reality. The Talmud brought to life. And you might ask yourself, how is that possible? Well, the Vatican, greedy people, and Zionists, which I believe are probably something like the Jesuits or so. I don't know. I haven't got into all that. I'm only one person and I can only read so much at one time. But I'm just trying to tell the people of England, you're dealing with a really bad dude. Okay. And I beg of you to follow, research every single symbol you see around that man, even his painting with the butterfly, because you see that's harkens back to, I believe, Zeus when Prosephane's, I think it's Persephone. So one of them cracks him in the head and it breaks his skull, and out comes the butterfly, and that's the butterfly in that wonderful painting. Yep. And then when you research the eagle on on their crest, or wait a minute, I haven't. Maybe that's not okay. I'll have to redo. I'll have to check that out or put that in a different video. I'm sorry, but if you really want to know, the eagle, the Mexican flag. When you research what I'm telling you, when you research what the eagle and the snake are, you will find the war scroll, the sons of light and the sons of darkness. And you will understand when you understand what happened to these peaceful places in Mexico and South America. Not all of them were peaceful or whatever, whatever. They had their problems. But for the most part, when Quetzalcoatl was there was no sacrifices. There was only offerings of fruit and flowers. And well, someone on the other side of the world, namely Spain and the monarchy, the eagle, got pissed about that. And they sent the archons, the ordainers of destiny. I know it's weird lingo, whatever, but hey, it's in the books, okay? It's in the Nag Hammadi, the Dead Sea Scrolls, it's all there. But when a small group gets a little bit of, gets a little bit of attention and draws attention away from them, they get pissed and they send the ordainers of destiny, kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West or whatever, something like that, to lead these people off the cliff, to Pied Piper them off the cliff. Yep. You see, the Pied Piper is not the creator of these groups. It's he's sent to destroy that group and to make it so ugly and so despicable, no one will ever even look into what they were doing. I'm not saying these groups are great or perfect, whatever, but that's just my opinion on the deal. And the Mexican flag tells that story, and it also tells the story of the War Scroll. And if you read the War Scroll from the Dead Sea Scrolls, you'll find out what I'm talking about. No, just kidding with that thing. Yeah. I'm an old headbanger. Sorry, it's kind of habit.